What's up, nerds? Plugged In is back and better than ever. I'm your host, Chris Martin, alongside stereotypical Barty and Dr. Professor Clint Moody. Today we're discussing the Disney 100th anniversary shorts, the upcoming Hunger Games movie, and so much more. Let's roll that intro. So you guys, the Disney 100 short, Once Upon a Studio, came out last week on Disney+. Have you guys watched this yet?
I have, and as a Barbie, I love the fact that companies are, celebrating their anniversaries. It's fun. I can't say it was better than my movie, but it was definitely a very great opportunity to watch it. There were so many characters that, I haven't seen in years, and the fact that they were able to, like put them together so well, I will say is a great interesting thing. There were some stats that I had found that were very interesting. Apparently Tiana was the first Disney princess to be put, one of the first princesses you see in the beginning, which I found interesting because she was the last 2D animated princess to be made. They started doing 3D princesses after Tiana, which I found was interesting. And it's just all around a great film. I think there were some great parts in it. Do I think that it's a 10 out of 10? No, but I do think it's still a great film.
Interesting.
When I first heard about this, I wasn't expecting it to be a 10 out of 10, that's for sure. But I was really excited about this because, well, as you said, it's always really cool to see just 2D and 3D together.
Yeah.
Do you remember the film Roger Rabbit?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
I hate to bring that up now, but but the way they just combined the 2D and 3D was just really cool.
Yeah.
And I always really enjoy it when they can do that so well.
And they did do that as well. I actually watched it a couple of days ago, excuse me, and it was just absolutely incredible. It just brought back a lot of great memories. I don't know you guys watching in the audience and through the internet as well. I distinctly remember watching those movies for the first time, watching The Princess and the Frog for the first time, and Monsters Inc. and so many other great films. And watching those characters again just brought me back to the just incredible memories. Disney has the power to bring such raw childhood emotion, which is just really, really cool. Another one. Oh yes.
Can I just add? I thought they turned 100 a while ago because they've been branding themselves on this for
a whole year.
A whole year.
A whole year.
A year and a half.
At least.
I went to Disneyland in July of 2022, and they were even promoting it at Disneyland by that point. I saw Disney 100 merch everywhere. I was just I thought it was in 2022. Then when I found out it was last Tuesday, I was just wait, wow, this kind of really was a momentous occasion, 100 years. It just sounds unbelievable to me, which is very interesting.
There's certainly, I don't think anyone on Earth who's even not heard about Disney, because that's the breadth of how big they've come in our society.
Exactly. One of the big things that I really, really liked about this film was that Disney used outtakes of Robin Williams' Genie, which I thought was just absolutely incredible and just really gave Robin Williams' Genie. It's just so iconic. How do you guys feel about Disney doing that and getting to re-explore their archives and stuff?
It's always a great thing to see. Robin Williams was taken from us far too soon. And I feel that especially with these sort of tributes to characters that we've seen before, I think it's a great way to be able to pay tribute to someone who made a character so iconic.
Dr. Professor, what about you?
Same.
Exactly. And we're going to move on from one franchise to another with the upcoming Hunger Games movie, which is set to be released in November 17th.
Yes, it
November
is.
17th. That is set to be released in theaters. I personally am very, very excited to see it. A special feature actually was released a couple of days ago, and it kind of showed behind the scenes look, and also featured, most importantly, a brand new song from Rachel Zegler, who is one of the main stars of the film. Have you guys watched the most recent special feature that came out for it?
I have. I think that it was done very well, especially when it comes to a franchise that not too many people were talking about, and it kind of came out of nowhere for me
Yeah.
at least. So to see all of this stuff going on for this film, I thought was really well done. I do think that a lot of people were talking about the fact that Rachel Zegler was redoing the iconic song from Hunger Games part, like the first
The
Hunger
Hanging
Games.
Tree.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Hanging Tree.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, oh my God, it's better than the original. I'm like, stop. Slow your roll, okay? It was not that good. It's good, just not that good.
Interesting. So you think Jennifer Lawrence did it better?
Jennifer Lawrence will forever be better. I'm sorry.
I mean, she
like
started
I,
it all,
I mean,
so,
she started
yeah.
the whole thing. I like Rachel Zegler a lot.
Yeah,
but
no hate to Rachel Zegler.
no hate
She's
to her.
Absolutely
We love
iconic.
her. But for me personally, I think that Jennifer Lawrence did it better. But I still think that it's still going to be a good film either way. I mean, the cast is already stacked enough as is.
Absolutely. Dr. Professor, what about you?
Well, I'm not an expert on this whole franchise. I mean,
Okay.
I think I watched the movies like a while back, and I don't remember a whole
Yeah.
lot from them.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm slightly worried about this film, because it just seems like a long time since they've ever done a film. Like how she said, this just came out of nowhere.
It did. And the kind of thing that, like what you guys said before, it's been like so long. It's been since like the early 2010s. Since
At least
the last-
2015.
2015, yeah. Since
So-
like the last Hunger Games project really came out. There's probably been like spin-offs and shorts or episodic things, but I forget.
I've never read the books, so I don't.
I've only
Y'all
read
are
the
missing
first one.
out. Y'all are missing out. I've read all the books so
Suzanne
far.
Collins, yeah.
Like literally, Suzanne knows how to write a story, y'all.
Suzanne
okay,
slays.
she does.
Suzanne slays for
like
real.
she really does, and I absolutely like. I love the story, the way all characters gel together.
Yeah.
I think that I'm not going to spoil too much because again, since some people have not read the books, I cannot be able to spoil anything. But there are some heartbreaking moments. There's some sad moments. There's some all types of moments. All
Get a
moments
little bit of
exist.
everything. Which I
Yeah,
think is
so
really cool.
I think it's a great franchise. Do I think that this is scary for a prequel for a movie? Yes, because I mean, anything can happen with these. Prequels have not done very well. Looking at you, Star Wars. So I'm so sorry, but it's true. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
It's not the best, but I do hope that it does well because you never know. Anything can happen.
Exactly. One of the big things that actually came out today, I was out and about today, and I randomly saw a new clip that was sent to me by one of my friends of Viola Davis in the new Hunger Games movie, and just seeing her like speaking to everyone, to the people in all the different districts. Just seeing that clip makes me feel even more excited for the film to come out. Did you guys see that? I know it
I
only
did.
came out like what, a couple hours ago.
At
Did you
least.
guys get to see the clip at all? It's only a little bit.
I did not.
I
Oh,
did.
it's okay. I mean, we both love
Yeah, of
Viola
course,
Davis.
yes. Viola Davis is queen.
Love her.
She's a queen. We love her. But I do think it's going to be really great for the franchise as a whole, and we'll just see where it goes.
Exactly. Dr. Professor, do you have any final thoughts?
Have you heard that they're planning a stage adaptation of the Hunger Games to
saw
come
that.
out
I've
next
seen
year in London?
Yeah.
I don't know much beyond that, but I feel like that could be
That is definitely
that could either be really good or really bad.
yeah,
Yep.
that's exciting for sure. We're going to be moving on to our next story, and that is going to be yet another franchise.
Just loading up
franchises
on franchises today.
all the franchises on today's episode. So, a Lego Avengers short came out. Well, no, it didn't come out. It's coming out tomorrow on Friday for us. It's called Lego Avengers Code Red, and I think it takes place during the Avengers movie, the 2012 Avengers movie. And the trailer actually came out for recently. Did you guys?
I
get
did
to
check
watch
out
it?
the trailer.
I did watch it, yes.
Oh, cool. What do you guys think?
This trailer. I mean, it gave me the nostalgia of being back in 2012 when the Avengers came out. I will admit, I mean, at least as a franchise, the Avengers movies they've been decent. I'm not going to say that they're bad, obviously. I mean, I will say that out of all the Avengers movies, Endgame is probably the better one. And I know a lot of people are like, but Infinity War is like, no. I'm sorry. It's not that Infinity War is bad. It's like top 2. but like Endgame is right up there.
Endgame
But-
just hits different.
Yeah, I think it's a really, I like the fact that they're going with this because it is an easy way to be able to like bring people back to that time of like when the Avengers were first coming
Especially-
together. So,
Yeah, especially towards a younger audience too. I agree.
absolutely.
Dr. Professor, did you watch the trailer?
Yes, I did watch the trailer.
Ooh.
I had, it seemed pretty good. I mean, it certainly seems like a step in the right direction. Although, is this, what was the name of the villain? The Collector, was it?
The Collector,
Collector.
yeah.
Who just like collects minifigs for like his own sadistic needs and all that.
For the Lego universe, it would be minifigs, but in like the Marvel universe, he collects like different items that are important to the Marvel universe. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, that's kind of the point. I think the point of a lot of these Lego remakes is almost like a fourth wall break,
Yes.
almost,
Yeah.
because they reference the fact that they are in fact Legos, and there's
They're confirming who they are.
yeah,
They
so
confirm
self-identity
that they're all
basically.
Legos.
One of the big things that I noticed was that it was kind of like, one of the things I honestly kind of don't like about this, it's kind of like trying too hard to be funny. But it's
Yeah.
trying to appeal to a younger audience, so it's just like joke after joke after joke. But I think that's kind of the like nature of those Lego short films. What do you guys think about that?
I think the thing with a lot of superhero movies these days is the humor, which I mean, humor is normally a good thing, but sometimes it can just distract from the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree. I think it's just more they're trying to appeal to younger audiences. The problem I have though is the fact that you're not making this a worldwide thing, which does hurt when you're trying to market this to say an adult audience. No one's gonna find some of these some of these jokes funny if you are, let's say, our age or older. But I do think that this is great to get like kids that weren't around when the original Avengers came out
Right.
a chance to like be like, hey, I know these characters. They're Legos, and like yeah, they're Legos, kid. They're Legos.
Exactly. So this is, like I said before, this is going to be coming out on Disney Plus starting tomorrow for us, which will be October 27th. A lot of things are coming out on the date. But anyways, once it comes out on Disney Plus, are you guys planning on watching this?
Probably not. It's not the humor in the trailer was not my cup of tea.
Honestly, me neither. I don't think I'm going to watch it. Dr. Professor, do you think you will be watching?
I don't think so. I mean, it seems like it could be something good, but it just
Missed the
It
mark.
falls short.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's missing something.
It is missing something, yeah. I mean, if it like tied together with Marvel, like the Marvel extended cinematic universe, that would be great. But I don't. Getting from the trailer, I don't think it does that.
It feels like it's a few years too late.
Yeah.
Really.
It really is.
It misses the je ne sais quoi.
Exactly. And with that, we're going to be moving on to our next story, which is an upcoming game through Nintendo called Warioware. That's going to be coming out, I believe, next week. And it's a very like interactive game. It kind of reminds me of like the old Wii games, like Wii Fit, Wii Sports, those kinds of things. What do you guys think about this upcoming game? But actually, before I researched this, I've never heard of this game before. I mean, have you guys heard about it? What do you guys think?
I've played the game before, like the original one I believe was on the Wii.
Right.
And all I remember was just hearing Wario's voice echoing in my
It's just so like nasally. And, like, yeah.
like I cannot stand that freaking voice, man. Oh my
Wario
god.
is very annoying. Can confirm.
Like the voice haunts my nightmares, I swear. But I do think that it was a great game. It's just you gotta get past Wario's voice to be able to get through the rest of it.
You just have to get used to it after a while. After you, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Well, this is my cup of tea because I love this whole franchise.
You do.
WarioWare Smooth Moves
We're
was
just
one
really
of my.
getting into all franchises today across genres.
We
That's
really
fun.
are. We planned this out very well. But yes, Dr. Professor, what were you saying?
WarioWare Smooth Moves was like my favorite game for the Wii. I remember me and my family would just play for hours that game. And not long after I started growing up a little, I realized that it's actually a big franchise. It's actually had multiple games across different platforms.
I saw that. Yeah.
And I've played some of them. And I just love like the fast-paced kind of motion of it. Because I don't know if you know this, but how the game works is like there's a series of games,
Right.
but you only have like 4 or 5 seconds to actually complete the games. Or
That's
else,
short.
yeah.
4 to 5 seconds.
Yep.
Wow. I couldn't
Wow.
even. That's too much attention.
And that time can only decrease as like the game goes forward.
That's even worse.
Wow.
Yeah. So you really got to think fast. That's what makes this so exhilarating. Like you got to be on your toes.
That's incredible. I mean, I remember, in order to understand what this was, I actually looked up to see if there's a trailer, and there was a trailer that was released through Nintendo Direct a while ago.
Yeah.
But through that trailer, I kind of got to see like how it kind of takes inspiration from different Nintendo things. Like it kind of took inspiration, like one of the games like took inspiration from like Super Mario Bros.
It's been a running joke throughout the series where they have like a series of games that are inspired after other Nintendo games.
So it just takes off of something else. That's
exactly.
interesting.
It is a bit of a parody when you really think about it, but it's just so fun to play. I'm really excited for it.
Exactly. Do you guys think you'll be getting this and playing it at all? Stereotypical Barbie, what are your thoughts?
I am broke, so no. Even
And I
with
don't
my
even
money
know how
from
much
my
it
franchise, I
costs,
wouldn't.
I'll definitely get it.
Oh, interesting. We'll definitely have to try it out sometime when it comes out.
Sounds like a plan.
But anyways, moving on from that, we have a lot of upcoming movies coming up. I mean, Colors of the Flower Moon, we mentioned before, that came out last week. But upcoming movies, we have Five Nights at Freddy's, which for us comes out tomorrow on October 27th. We have The Marvels coming out on November 10th. Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes comes out November 17th. We love that one, of course. We just talked about that. The Napoleon movie, which stars, why is his name blanking in my head? Joaquin Phoenix. Why could I not think of his
Yeah, it
name?
seems like you have a very hard time remembering that name from past shows. So I'm just.
I do, don't I?
You
We have to
really
go
do not
back to
remember
the-
Joaquin Phoenix, don't you?
That's so strange. Okay, Joaquin Phoenix, Napoleon, November 22nd. Another movie comes out November 22nd as well, right around Thanksgiving, which is Wish, Disney
Yes.
movie that kind of like celebrates Disney 100 a little bit, and that stars Ariana DeBose, which I think is really, really cool. What movies are you guys planning on seeing that's coming up?
So other than Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, one that was not mentioned that I will be paying money to go see is the Renaissance film, and I'm excited to go watch it. It is coming
I'm
out,
so
I
excited
believe
for
it's
that
coming out
too.
November 30th, so week of finals for us.
And
so fun.
I could assume that you're definitely more excited for this one than the Era Store.
Oh,
If you've seen
absolutely.
on Hollywood Headlines, we
yeah.
saw it. It took a lot of time to convince you to like it.
Yeah, so I definitely would be more excited to watch it. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, it's Beyonce. Do I need to even say
That's
more?
just it.
Like, she's queen. I love her. So, yeah, I think probably the Renaissance film. And, of course, based on the other films that we watch, I'm actually kind of interested to see Killers of the Flower Moon. I really want to be able to see it. It seems pretty good. I mean, it's Leonardo
It's
DiCaprio.
very long. It's like, what, 3 hours and...
There's
That's
3 hours,
3 hours
and 12 minutes, I
long.
believe.
3 hours.
Never mind, I'm
It's
not
Martin
watching that.
Scorsese. He always not
Yeah,
always,
but
he
it's
almost always
that's
directs.
3 hours long.
Yeah, 3
My
hours
movie
like
wasn't
the-
even 3 hours long.
I can't.
3.5.
I can't stay
Just
sitting
got word
for that
from our
long.
producer,
I just
3.5.
can't.
That's even longer. My movie wasn't even 3 hours long.
Yeah.
I'm not watching that.
It is too
But
long.
I know someone's whose movie was Oppenheimer.
Yes.
I'm still meaning to see that. It's just.
Don't put me in
I-
competition with Oppenheimer. We are not the
The
same.
Dr. Professor, final thoughts before we move on. What movie are you most excited to see in the future?
Oh, that's a hard question. I am looking forward to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
I hope at least it's good.
Yes.
Because if it's not good, it could be really bad for the franchise.
Yeah.
For sure. And then with that, well, that's all the time we have for today's episode. I'm Chris Martin alongside Stereotypical Barbie and Dr. Professor Clint Moody. Thank you guys so much for joining us from your various realms in the pop culture world. Tune in next week for another riveting discussion in the world of pop culture. Have a great night, Millersville.